President Barack Obama. You see them everywhere, on street corners, in post office, at local restaurants. It's easy to overlook them until it's you.
The number of homeless Americans are rising. With the economic crisis on hand, people are doing their best to make ends meet, but for some, it's just not enough.
In this kind of weather, it's freezing outside. People are going to freeze to death.
I never asked to be homeless in my life, and I don't think anyone ever asked to be homeless in their life. But I'm from Florida, and I had been working with a job and got injured on my job. And once I got injured on my job, the money that I was receiving from workman's compensation would not pay my bills in order to have a place to live. So I ended up on the street living in a tent. And I'm not proud of that, but I worked real hard to get away from that. And like I said, no one asked to be homeless in this world. A lot of it has to do with economics.
Well, I think government taxes are an integral part of supporting feeding agencies. The population that we're serving, a lot of those people are homeless. The two most important emergency services for people are food and shelter. So I think the government definitely should play a role in supporting agencies that feed and shelter people.
The government is talking about ending homelessness, but it is creating it at the same time. This was said by Michael Stoops, Executive Director of the National Coalition for the Homeless. He thinks that the homeless deserve to be helped, but he also thinks that the government is part of the problem.
We should be helping the people that's homeless a lot more than they are, especially right now in the trying time we're having in this country and around the world. The homelessness rate has went up considerable amount. There's people that's homeless now that own their own homes and things, but they've lost their homes and their jobs, and now they're homeless. The government should step in and do some more for the homeless.
I think anytime the economy is suffering, not only individuals but businesses are more conscientious of what they're ordering, the amount of food that they're distributing, that type of thing. And in the end, that means there's less food available for hunger fighting agencies. As well as when the economy is in a bad situation, a lot of people that would normally donate food or money are nervous, and so they kind of hold on to those donations. That also influences the amount of food that we're seeing. Our particular agency has been doing okay. We're fortunate to live in a community that, you know, when things get bad, they tend to increase their assistance to agencies like ours. So we're actually doing okay. But I know across the board, other agencies that we work with, like the Hoosier Hills Food Bank, has seen a pretty drastic decrease in the amount of food in the pipeline.
This year, 16% of the requests for food are estimated to have gone unmet. A third of our cities in the survey say that they have had to turn people away in need because they have a lack of resources. Driving the increased food problems are high housing costs, low-paying jobs, unemployment, and other employment-related problems, the economic downturn or the weakening of our economy.
We have seen more families. We've definitely seen new faces. There's been an increase in our numbers over last year, certainly over the past several years as the economy, this isn't something that just suddenly happened. I mean, the economy's been kind of on a downturn for some time. And over that period of time, we've definitely seen an increase in the numbers of people we serve. We've seen a lot of the people are people that are working. Single moms or single parents that have a couple kids that just simply don't make enough. So at the end of the month, typically our numbers go up as we see more people that are trying to make ends meet.
Well, I enjoy the people here. I enjoy the organization. I think it's very well run. And I enjoy thinking that I'm helping people on the outside in the community. Well, I think there should be more programs, and better programs. We do have a lot of good programs, but I'm sure there's some cities that don't have any. And of course the economy, if the economy would get better, improve, it would help the homelessness situation a lot.
I think what I would encourage them to do is to really look at a solid way of funding agencies that work with sheltering and feeding people, and also to give support to agencies that help use the resources, for example, the food that I mentioned being wasted, to support agencies that use those resources to get that food to people. There's a lot the government could do, not only things that they already do through providing food through the USDA, but also just some financial support for agencies that are accredited and are doing this work.
One of the major things that face the homeless, a major problem that faces the homeless, is adequate shelter to live under the wages that some homeless make. A lot of homeless people do various work like out of labor pools for minimum wage, and the way the economy is in this world that we live in today, it's very hard on minimum wage in order to pay rent to have live. I think there should be more affordable housing. There should be a lot more jobs through the government for the homeless so they can make a better wage in order to live a decent place.
And so as you can see, President Obama, these people need to be helped.
Thank you for watching our program, and remember, it's your duty to lead our country, not just the wealthy ones, but everyone.